The time of contraction is complete. The soul that has known drought, depletion, and disorientation now awakens to its deeper nature, not as a container barely holding itself together, but as a radiant spring pouring forth an unending stream. There has never been anything wrong with the magnitude of your energy. What has been missing until now is the sacred structure that allows your essence to circulate with joy. This is the time of remembering what it means to give, not from scarcity, but from alignment. The overgiver has exhausted their performance. The giver in harmony now emerges. Beloved, you were never meant to hold it all inside. The sensation that you are too much has never come from your truth. It has always come from a world too narrow to receive the full wavelength of your light. But now, the vessel is growing, not so you may contain more, but so you may express more. The hands that trembled under the weight of too many gifts are now finding their rhythm, shaping these offerings into forms that honor your wholeness rather than drain your essence. There was a time when you thought that to be of service meant to be self-sacrificing, that your power had to be poured out until empty, just to prove your love. But the divine does not call you to martyrdom. The divine calls you to joy. Your spiritual inheritance is not exhaustion. It is the playful flow of a child learning to dance, aware that the dance itself is the blessing. What once overwhelmed you now beckons you into a kind of creative reverence. You are not broken. You are brimming. Let yourself begin anew. This is not regression. It is a sacred initiation. Allow your body, your energy, your voice, your intuition to learn the steps at a gentler pace. The world does not need you as a solution. It needs you as a frequency. You are not the answer. You are the invitation. And what you invite is not dependency. It is remembrance. Those who come to you do not need fixing. They seek resonance. Let them drink from your overflow, not your reserves. Do not fear the wildness of your abundance. You are not chaotic. You are unstructured radiance learning the joy of direction. It is a holy thing to allow yourself to receive new forms that hold you, pathways that guide your current into fruitful expression. These sacred forms are not prisons, they are portals. Just as a dancer learns to turn grace into motion, so too do you now learn to move your brilliance with precision and play. You have cried from the weight of being needed. You have mourned the quiet ache of being seen only as a channel for others, never quite as a soul in your own right. The wariness you have carried is not because your gifts were wrong, but because your boundaries were porous. Let this be the turning point. A boundary is not a wall. It is a chalice. It shapes your energy into something that can be held, shared, celebrated. The spring is not less beautiful because it flows through stone. In fact, it is the stone that makes the spring visible. Your intuition is not here to make you responsible for everyone's healing. It is here to make you conscious of your own. You are not the guide for all. You are the steward of your own resonance. And when you honor your frequency, those meant to harmonize with you arrive. Not to take, but to join. Let your life become a ritual of allowing, not of proving. The miracles you are capable of do not require struggle. they require receptivity. You are no longer the overworked vessel. You are the blooming sanctuary. There are deeper strengths within you, waiting to be acknowledged, not for what they can produce, but for how they emanate. The quiet authority that lives in your presence is not interested in applause. It is interested in coherence. You have walked through many seasons of being misunderstood, underappreciated, even invisible. But all the while, something ancient was building within you, a wisdom that does not raise its voice, a power that calms hysteria without matching its volume. Now, that wisdom moves to the forefront. What was once infectious burnout, what felt like a collective illness of depletion, is now understood as the aftershock of ungrounded giving. You are not meant to absorb the world's urgency. You are here to slow time with your presence. The shift is no longer optional. You are being summoned to choose, not from fear, but from sovereignty. Your energy is holy, and you are learning to honor it as such. This choice is not selfish. It is sacred ecology. You do not burn out the soil of your being to feed others. You grow roots that nourish all. And now, the return begins. A return not to old ways of service, but to the joyful recognition of your sovereignty. You were never meant to be a background healer, a silent support system. You are being remembered by the realm that called you here, the sacred domain of your own soul's leadership. In this return, you do not have to shout. You simply stand. You do not have to explain. You embody. The world changes not through your effort, but through your resonance. Let the bridges form. Where once there was a divide between giving and receiving, between sacred and mundane, there is now a new architecture arising. This bridge is not made of compromise. It is made of clarity. You do not choose between joy and purpose. You walk as both. Your structure is your gift, not a structure of limitation, but of integration. A new kind of spiritual technology is awakening in you, one that allows your flow to be guided, your essence to be shared without dilution. What once was cracked now blossoms. The old vessels you feared were too fragile to carry your force are being mended with grace. Not to return you to who you were, but to reintroduce you to what you've become. Your beauty is not despite your intensity, it is because of it. The ancient ones gather now, not to impose, but to celebrate. They see you not as the servant of tradition, but as a flowering of renewal. You do not have to mimic their ways. You are their evolution. It is natural to desire guidance. But remember this, your wisdom does not come from hierarchies. It comes from integration. You are not here to be lectured. You are here to listen to the voice that lives within your own field. Do not fear the appearance of being unpolished. Your rawness is realness. You are not a student lost in a sea of concepts. You are a master learning how to trust your form. What you hope for is not far. It lives in your next breath, your next boundary, your next blessing. And what a future unfurls from here. You are no longer a secret blessing in the shadows. You become a living ritual, not a ritual of rigidity, but one of joy, play, ceremony. Your gifts now move through you like music, not to perform, but to participate in the divine harmony of this new era. You welcome the sun priestess, the light weaver, the dancer of the sacred stream. Your overflow does not drown. it anoints. Do not underestimate the potency of this shift. You are not adjusting, you are arriving. Each step you take in honor of your truth becomes an echo in the collective field, reminding others that they too are worthy of joy, of boundaries, of resonance without depletion. Let your laughter become your lighthouse. Let your no become a healing. Let your yes become a blessing. There is no need to rush. The path is forming beneath your feet. Your energy is being met with new configurations, ones that do not demand collapse as the price of contribution. You are no longer a solitary source. You are a stream joining other streams, forming a river of radiance that nourishes without scarcity. This is not idealism. It is embodiment. The miracle is already happening. You are not here to disappear into usefulness. You are here to appear as essence. The world needs not your sacrifice. It needs your truth. And your truth is vibrant, vast, and more structured than you ever thought possible. So build your bowl, honor your flow, dance your joy. This is not the end of your giving. It is the beginning of giving well. Now, speak this invocation aloud and feel its truth resonate within you. Repeat after me. I stand in the center of my sacred flow, no longer a vessel of depletion, but a radiant spring of renewal. I allow my energy to move joyfully, freely, and in forms that honor my wholeness. I welcome structure as sanctuary, boundaries as blessings, and joy as my compass. I release the burden of overgiving and embrace the ease of divine coherence. My essence is not too much. It is perfectly timed. I am held, guided, and aligned. My giving is now a celebration, not a sacrifice. I am ready to overflow with grace. Now, affirm your commitment to this journey. Repeat after me. I commit to living as the embodiment of joyful flow and divine coherence. I honor the sacred rhythm of my energy, allowing it to move with purpose and play. I choose to build forms that hold me with love and boundaries that empower my giving. I trust in the natural abundance of my being and no longer fear the immensity of my light. I declare that I am here to bless, not to burn out, to radiate from fullness, not fracture. My path is one of alignment, integrity, and resonance. I am no longer hiding. I am arriving. Beautiful soul, this moment is a threshold. You have awakened energies that were long waiting to be seen, heard, and celebrated. The transmission you have received is not passive. It is alive. It is shifting you even now. You are not alone in this activation. The divine field is pulsing with support, guidance, and unseen hands gently shaping your path. This is a time of renewal, not only for your spirit, but for your structures, your relationships, your creative flow. You are surrounded, you are backed, you are guided. May you feel the steady expansion of your energy as a blessing, not a burden. May each breath remind you that you were not created to diminish, but to bloom. May joy become your compass again, uncomplicated, true, and infused with sacred permission. May the architecture of your giving evolve into a joyful dance of reciprocity, no longer a performance of depletion. May your no become a gentle wall of grace, and your yes become a song of soul alignment. May you become ever more intimate with the divine that lives within your rhythm. May you begin to see boundaries not as limitations, but as the beautiful balls that cradle your spring. May you ground your energy in ways that feel deeply nourishing, remembering that presence is power and gentleness is strength. May all parts of you, those once cast aside in the name of service, return home to be honored. May the hidden corners of your intuition unfurl like sacred petals, revealing gifts you've only just begun to understand. May your days be lit with clarity, and your nights with replenishment. May you be met by kindred frequencies, souls who do not pull from you, but walk beside you. May the structures that once felt restrictive become sanctuaries of expression. May your energy, once scattered, now spiral upward, inward, outward, in perfect harmony. May you feel the sacred intelligence of your path, even when the road bends. May every tear you've shed in solitude be transmuted into rivers of luminous compassion that nourish not just others, but you. May you finally know, deep in your bones, that your gifts were never meant to exhaust you. They were meant to elevate you. May you delight in the miracle of your own presence. May the laughter that rises from your being become a medicine to all you touch. May your intuition be trusted. May your creativity be unleashed. May you move forward in your own time, with sacred ease, sacred power, and sacred joy. Sending you so much love and infinite blessings.